Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the cringe.
So earlier this week, USC Annenberg's Inclusive Initiative released findings that 67% of the top critics reviewing the 100 highest grossing movies in 2017 were white males. A quarter were white women, and less than 10% were unrepresented men. Only 2.5% of the top critics.
She's talking about me.
So you're probably thinking right now, like, wow, that super doesn't represent the country that I live in, and that's because that's true. This is a huge disconnect from the U.S. population breakdown.
Are you going to hurry up, Brie, because I need to go and make some tea?
20% men of color, and 20% women of color. On top of all of this, am I saying that I hate white dudes?
Yes,
No,
yes,
I'm not. But
yeah, you do.
What I'm saying is that if you make a movie that is a love letter to women of color, there is an insanely low chance
Steven Spielberg did that back in 1985.
your movie and review your movie. Other people besides white dudes like Star Wars and would love the opportunity to do a set visit. And I'm also saying I don't hate white dudes.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
just saying we need to be conscious of our bias and do our part to make sure that everyone is in the room. Good reviews out of festivals give small independent films a fighting chance to be bought and seen. Good reviews help films gross money.
Good reviews slingshot films into awards contenders. A good review can change your life. Help films gross money. Good reviews slingshot films into awards contenders. A good review can change your life. Help films gross money. Good reviews slingshot films into awards contenders. A good review can change your life.
Now, Brie Larson is an irritating, insufferable being of a woman. Yes, she's not content with being an actress, she's making us suffer even more through her YouTube channel. She's quite the celebrity Karen. But when I think about Karens, I think about the AI in Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, that particular AI could have been irritating if not for the fact she was played by one of the most gorgeous, sexiest sex bombs of all time, Jennifer Connelly. So I give old Jen a pass, and that Karen, because that Karen was mischievous, very cutesy wootsy, and I kind of dug her. Now cast your mind back, folks, when Kevin Feige announced the arrival of Captain Marvel. Oh, we were all holding our breath. I mean, when we saw his Brie Larson, the internet just got mad. I don't blame them. And of course, Kevin Feige alters the deal. He reveals Captain Marvel isn't the strongest MCU character. But don't forget, in 2019, that was a different story. Apparently she was. People were quaking in their boots because, her film was sandwiched between Infinity War, the actual better of that double whammy of a saga, and Endgame. And of course, the biggest worry, including myself, was, well, if she's the most powerful MCU character ever, where was she, and how is she going to affect the actual result of Endgame? And as we can see, she was kind of kicked to the curb, like, no, you're going to upset a lot of members of the audience if she comes in and just basically does the men's job for them. And she didn't do that. But I'm just coughing with emotion here, folks. But why I talk about this is this headline today from, well, it wasn't today, actually. I think it was yesterday. I was correct. Screen Rant. Kevin Feige says Benedict Cumberbatch has become the MCU's anchor. And it's not hard to see why, actually, because if you look at this picture of Benedict Cumberbatch here, who are you getting a deja vu for? Of course, it is Tony Stark 2.0. Despite what this article says it's not, it is, because if you just look at him facially, it's the same, almost an identical beard to Tony Stark. He's replacing Captain America and Iron Man as the leading man for the MCU. Now, I find this story very funny for many reasons, but let's get into this video that I captured here, care of Maximo TV. I'm not going to play all of it, but it's a bit cringy in places, but you can't have a cringe reaction unless I throw in my Well, you know the drill already. Let's get on with it.
Who we're honoring here today. There's so many roles you've played, Benedict, that have made you worthy of this prestigious honor. You were an amazing Hamlet. You were an incredible Sherlock Holmes. You were the second best Khan ever.
Yes, because Ricardo Montalban is the original Khan, and he is fantastic. Well, the one thing that Montalban had, which my man doesn't have, big muscles. Let's carry on. Ever.
You were brilliant in all of the iconic roles, but to us...
Stop it, Kevin, stop it. You're making me blush.
You deserve this honor for being the first, the best, the greatest,
the last,
and the only
my everything.
Dr. Stephen Strange.
See, my guy here is wearing a mask, but are these two wearing masks? No! What are they doing? Irresponsible, folks.
We're just down the block from the Dolby Theater, where audiences first met you as Doctor Strange in 2016. And since then, Benedict has turned this character into an icon, appearing in a historic 3 of the top 6 films of all time.
My God. I know these two are friendies in real life. Honestly, put them in a room together and let them give themselves frontal massages. Oh, yeah. I'm just getting carried away there for a second.
It's been quite a journey. I remember our very first meeting was set up as a general, and we wanted to pitch him this great character. And before we could...
Come on, Kev. Hurry up, mate. I've got a press screening to attend. I want to see the new Batman film. You got that, mate?
He said, so tell me about Doctor Strange, because you knew. And you've always seen the tremendous potential in this character. And because of that, you become the anchor of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And
whoa! There you go. You have become the anchor. Now, people are interpreting that, and I kind of agree as well, that he's going to be the front behind the water. He's going to be front and center of everything. That's what I'm just trying to say. He's going to be that leading man going forward. Now, I think, you got to look at this right, because Brie Larson, obviously, you saw that cringe opening of this video. She's very much an activist, so is Bendy Cumberbatch. There was a play that he did a few years ago before lockdown, and at the end of that play, he came out and he started shouting at the audience who paid money to see him about what's going on in Syria, what happened at that time. But also, Cumberbatch had that really bad take about toxic masculinity and men must shut up or put up. It was just so weird. So you got this little bit of activism going on from Benedict. And look, don't get me wrong, I am not a hater of this actor. I think he's terrific, although he did play Julian Assange. So yeah, I mean, amazing how Marvel kind of forgets about that role and then like, oh, we're going to applaud you for Star Trek. And by the way, J.J. Abrams was in the audience, but I've managed to move him aside because he needs to be sat at the side, because that man should not be honored with anything except disgracing himself along with his other compatriots for what they're doing to the movie business right now. So I think it's a pretty interesting development going forward, because as we know already, Captain Marvel 2 ain't Captain Marvel 2 anymore. It's the Marvels, which is hilarious. I can't wait to see how that transpires. Now, am I looking forward to Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness? I am, but there were a couple of red flags, maybe more, that my roving little Optimus Prime eye did not see in the trailer. But the one standout is when sexy, gorgeous Elizabeth Olsen is looking at Doctor Strange and she says, "In your world, you're the hero, but in mine, I'm the villain." But it's true, you are the villain, Wanda Maximoff. You held the town hostage, including women and children. So you are, and I hope that Doctor Strange will slap your little body and put you straight, because he is the OG sorcerer. And I do like the first Doctor Strange film. It suffers from the first 2/3 for being a almost copy and paste of the first Iron Man movie. That's what I kept thinking about, because Stephen Strange is very similar to Tony Stark in terms of the arrogance, the good looks, everything else. But that third act, where it's Jack Kirby's vision come to life when he's facing Dormammu, that is really, really good. So I expect that level of craziness to occur in the multiverse of madness. It better happen, and I know there's going to be some incredible cameos in there. The one I've heard about recently is Ewan Grufford, you know, Mr. Stretchy Fantastic. Apparently, he's making an appearance in this as Reed Richards. So if they're bringing him back for a future brand new iteration of the Fantastic Four, I would like that. I might welcome it. They can rewrite it, but at the moment, the way Marvel's going, I don't have much faith at all. And I'll leave you with this sobering thought today, folks. If you enjoyed this video today, make sure you give it a like. Get out your mystical, magical wand, and maybe hit that subscribe button and make the algorithm grow, multiply henceforth, so many more people can come to my channel and see my crazy reactions.
Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog. Your face, your ass, what's the difference?